Hello, and welcome to another episode where we discuss 30 platforms in 30 days. And today, our platform that we're discussing is user testing. And we are Tech Money Diaries, where we talk about real tech, real money, and real life. So, user testing is one of the most talked about user research platforms online. But how much do it actually pay? That's what we're going to get into today. I'm breaking down the real pay, the real task, and whether user testing is actually worth your time in 2025 and going into 2026. No hype, no fluff, just facts. So, what is user testing? User testing is where people actually get paid to test websites and apps, give spoken feedback while completing tasks. You're not just filling out surveys, you're actually walking through a site or an app and explaining what you're expecting to happen, basically, what makes sense and what feels confusing. Also, these tests are used by startups and large tech companies to improve their products before launch. So you're basically getting paid to test websites, apps, speak your thoughts out loud, and just, contribute to these startups and enterprise tech companies. Now let's talk about the real pay breakdown. Most user testing tasks pay $10 for tests that take about 10 to 25 minutes. Live interviews pay more, typically $30 to $60 for about 30 to 60 minutes. Payments are usually sent out through their payment platform. And one important thing to understand is that there is no guaranteed hours, and there are screeners that are required if you get selected. You only get paid if you're passing the screeners and if you're selected for the test. So just keep that in mind. What do you do as a tester? And before we get into what do you do as a tester, just keep in mind about the actual pay. It's no guaranteed hours, and it is something that you have to consider when deciding if you'll be joining. So let's get into what you do as a tester. You actually help improve digital experiences for the techs and startups and things of that nature. So what do you actually do? You accept a task you qualify for. You record your voice. You record your screen. You navigate to that website or app. You talk about what's clear, you talk about what is confusing, you talk about what's frustrating, and then you submit your feedback. And last but not least, you get paid. Of course, they do have to approve it first. Some of the pros and cons. So, some of the pros is that It's a plus just being able to have this opportunity just to start off with that. On the plus side, it's legit, it's well known, it is beginner friendly, and it's flexible and short. Now, on the cons or the downside, screen screens are out. Well, let me rephrase that. When you get screen, you could be out of the actual process. So you get screened if it's either you're in or you're out. And then your being out is most common. Um, inconsistent work. There is inconsistent work when it comes to this. However, you can always improve your skills if you need to test better in the future. And of course, there's a lot of other projects that they'll have available to you if you pass their screener. It's inconsistent work and it's not full time. So this is important to understand going in. So the final verdict, user testing offers flexible opportunities, but may not be worth your time for consistent income, but it is a solid side income opportunity, but it's not reliable as a primary income. It is best for people who want flexible, occasional extra cash. All right. So that's my final verdict. And I do want you all to continue watching our series. Stay connected. This is one of our videos of my 30-day series where I'm talking about 30 platforms in 30 days, real tech gigs. If you want real pay breakdowns with no hype, make sure you subscribe to stay connected, like, comment, and share for real tech gigs, especially if you want more real pay breakdowns with no hype. Make sure to subscribe. I'm reviewing platforms, so you don't waste your time on the wrong ones. And if you just want to try out and test them, you can do that as well. But again, this is Tech Money Diaries, where we talk about real tech, real money, and real life. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We actually have other episodes of this series that's already posted on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is at Tech Money